Hello students, welcome to English class. I'm your English teacher, Mr. Oza, and it is time for us to work on classwork number 57. This is chapter number 4. It is called The Alley. And of course the novel that we are reading is The Kite Runner, written by the author Khaled Hosseini. So just want to make sure that you have read chapters 1 through 3 before you get into this assignment. Classwork 57, the 4th chapter of our book. Here we go. Just a quick warning before we move ahead on this assignment. Explicit content is ahead. So please be aware, this chapter contains explicit content, including the rape of a child. Part of our work this term will be learning how to prevent child abuse, much like how we learned how to prevent sexual assault in the last term. So if you do not feel comfortable studying this material, please let your teacher know. That's me. I completely understand why students might feel triggered, why they might feel uncomfortable, why they might feel unable to participate in this assignment. That's completely understandable. So I just want you to be aware of this before we jump into the chapter. All right? I don't want it to kind of take you by surprise. If you were reading this book not knowing what it's about and you just learned that it's a cool book and it's a New York Times bestseller and it was made into a movie, this might catch you by surprise and make you feel uncomfortable. And I don't want you guys to go through that. I want you guys to feel prepared for what you are about to read. So remember, a lot of people ask me, a lot of students will ask me, why do we read about such topics in class? Why do we need to study such difficult material? Well, like I say here, part of our work this term will be learning how to prevent child abuse. We learned last term how sexual assault is such a huge problem that affects so many people. We will learn later on this term, and in the reading today, that child abuse is a big problem in our society. And our goal will be to protect ourselves, to protect our kids, to protect our little brothers and sisters, our little nieces and nephews, our family friends, all of the kids in our lives that we feel like we love and want to protect. So if we read about it, if we learn about it, we can come up with solutions of how to solve these problems. This is literally trying to make the world a slightly better place by learning about the issues that can cause trauma. So I hope you are ready to roll and you're ready to do this chapter with me. Remember, if we can learn about it, if we can study these tough topics, we can make the world a better place by preventing these problems from happening. So some instructions, some directions rather. You should have already by now looked at 4 pictures, written down 1 prediction and question, which I responded to, or will responded to. You're watching this video now, which is great. Thank you for doing that. After this video is over, you're going to read the chapter. You're going to fill out your SMM chart, the says means matters chart, and then you're going to do 1 open response. Same directions that you are used to. So let's go over those pictures that you looked at. Let's go over them together here. This is Amir looking through this back alley, this like alleyway in the streets of Kabul. Now you might remember from last chapter, chapter 3, Amir won the kite fighting tournament. It was an amazing experience, and Hassan ran off to go run down the kite. Remember, if you catch the kite that falls out of the sky, you get to keep that kite. And this is also the last kite that was up in the air before Amir won. So that's like a huge prize. That's like a big time, awesome like trophy that you can get after the kite fighting tournament. So Hassan goes and runs after it, and Amir sees Hassan in this back alley. And in the back alley, as Hassan is trying to get the kite, he's trying to get it for Amir, he runs into the 3 bullies from earlier. Asef is the main bully, right? The kind of ringleader, if you will. And he, as we know from chapter 2, he does not like Hassan because of his Hazara ethnicity, right? Asef is part of the Pashtun ethnic group, and Hassan is part of the Hazara ethnic group, and so that is one of the reasons why Asef bullies Hassan. And here, he not only bullies him, he takes it a step further and sexually abuses him with the help of his two friends, these two kids right here. Their names are Kamal and Wali. Not that important, their names, I suppose, but these two side characters are able to like hold down Hassan so that Asef can rape Hassan. And it is an awful experience, a traumatic experience, and the language used in the book is not, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like X-rated or anything like that, but it's like you will read the chapter and you will understand what's happening. Amir has the chance to help, and he doesn't help. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't intervene. He does not get involved at all in this situation. And you might say that because of that, Amir is a bad friend. And you'd probably be right. It's really sad, and you'll understand the reasoning when you read the chapter, but basically it comes down to Amir being afraid of what Asef would have done to him. And so, one thing that we can learn right off the bat about child abuse and sexual abuse is if you see something, say something. If somebody that you know is acting differently, you might see visible evidence of abuse. You might not see visible evidence of abuse. It might be more of, noticing the way somebody is acting. Maybe they have changed their personality or something like that. But if you see something, if you notice something is off, trust your instincts. You might be right. And so you should say something. You should talk to a trusted adult, a teacher, a counselor, anybody that you trust, and put that out there, because you could be saving somebody from future abuse, which is really important. So we're going to learn more about preventing child abuse in the essay that we start later on in the unit, but this is just a very important life lesson when it comes to abuse and assault. If you see something, say something, because you could be preventing future abuse. So we've been looking at this book cover throughout these mini lessons. Now you know what's happening here. This is Amir looking into the back alley, witnessing Hassan's rape, which is very sad, very disturbing, especially when we learn that Amir did not help. He did not go and protect his friend. He runs away. So once this video is over, please read the chapter, click the link in your Google Doc, and you will see the PDF with chapter 4. While you are reading, or after you're done reading, your choice, please fill out the SMM chart. Remember how to fill this out. If I give you a quote, please write me a description of what is happening in that quote. And if I give you the description, your job is to find a quote from the book that matches that description. And you can look at the page number where you can find that quote. And please make sure that when you are putting in the quotes, you use the proper punctuation. You use the quotation marks. You put in a citation in parentheses with the author's last name and the page number where you found the quote. All right. Last step, open response, share your opinion, and make sure that you use a quote from the novel or elsewhere. Some students are really good at this, finding a quote. Usually what they do is they take a quote from the chart. I've given you 2 quotes. You have found 2 quotes of your own. So some students are really great at just choosing a relevant quote from the chart and putting it into your open response. Not all students have kind of got the hang of this, which is okay, but I just want you to try. I want you to try to support your opinion, right? Support your claim with any sort of evidence. If you haven't done that yet on your open responses, like, I get it, it's kind of tough, but hey, just give it a shot. All you need to do is copy and paste a relevant quote from your chart. All right, so give that a try if you haven't yet in this class. After you're done with your open response, a couple little self-assessment things you can do, and then turn in that document. Thank you for watching this video. As always, thank you for getting through some difficult content with me. If you need any help, I'm here on Zoom. My contact information here. You can also call or text me anytime if you are working on this on your own time. Once again, I'm Mr. Oza. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. And as always, have a great class.